Hello fellow cine enthusiasts, my name is Christina and welcome to another Let's Get Reelz movie review. Today's movie I will be reviewing for you is High Anxiety, directed by Mel Brooks from 1977. This movie is totally crazy, and I mean that in every single way. It is Mel Brooks' take on Alfred Hitchcock movies. It parodies Psycho, it parodies Spellbound, it parodies Vertigo, and, well, The Birds, and just a whole bunch of tropes from Hitchcock's movies. The story is about this professor, this really famous psychiatrist named Dr. Richard Thorndike, who is played by the man himself, Mel Brooks. His new job is at Psychoneurotic Institute for the Very, Very Nervous. Love that title. Think it is so freaking funny. He meets this doctor who is played by Harvey Korman, and for the life of me I can't remember his name, and this nurse named Nurse Diesel, played to perfection by Cloris Leachman. It is just, as soon as he gets there, you know, like the laughs immediately start because it's freaking Mel Brooks. Nothing is sacred with this man, and it is, oh God, I know I'm already jumping to the point, but you know, it's a mix. If you're familiar with Hitchcock's movies like Psycho, Vertigo, The Birds, North by Northwest, Vertigo, things like that, you will definitely know this movie, and oh God, it's just great. So the main story kind of thing is that this doctor has died, which is why Richard is brought to the institute, and the doctor, played by Harvey Korman, is not a fan. He's not happy that this new doctor comes in and takes over, and him and Nurse Diesel hilariously plot to kill Richard, to like just get rid of the doctors that are like opposed to them in their scheme or don't fit in their scheme. And Harvey Korman and Nurse Diesel, oh my God, they are crazy. They're into like BDSM, they really like each other, and they're just like, they're just so weird, then they're perfect. But also, like, the kind of mystery is, who is this millionaire guy, Arthur Brisbane? Richard goes to a convention, and there this woman named Victoria Brisbane, played by Madeline Kahn, comes, and she's like, I need help, my father needs to get out, he's fine, but the institute won't let him out. And he says, well, your father thinks he's a dog, but then he sees Arthur Brisbane's picture from like a newspaper, or from Victoria carrying around his picture, and he's like, okay, well, that's not the guy I saw. So then they have to like go and solve the mystery of like where her father is. And all this time, the movie largely is based off of Spellbound and Vertigo, because Richard has really, really bad vertigo, and the reason for it is so freaking funny. And eventually he overcomes it, the whole thing gets worked out, and like I said, hilariously so. I don't know what more I could say about High Anxiety without giving too much away. It's just great. Mel Brooks just knew how to do parody movies. He did it in such like an admiring way. It wasn't like, of course it's silly. Like, his parody of Psycho and The Birds was just completely outrageously silly and totally funny. But like, he does it in such a way that he's admiring Hitchcock. He's admiring Hitchcock for his his like way of storytelling, and just, I think, just his characters, his type of characters. And you know, Mel Brooks had a really good eye for picking certain character traits out of like the dramatic characters, like Young Frankenstein, he did that in, and his History of the World, and he just knew how to take that small little trope or smaller little character trait and just like run off with it and make it totally genius. One of the great things about Mel Brooks's movies is that he always had the absolute perfect cast. You know, he had himself play Richard, which is perfect because, you know, he once said to Gene Wilder, because Gene Wilder wanted to direct this movie called The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother, which Gene Wilder had written, and Mel Brooks goes, no, I can't direct anything that I haven't written, which I understand. And, you know, like, because he just has such a clear vision of what he wants. And, you know, like, he puts it down on paper with other people. He writes some of his movies with other people. And it's just such a clear vision. And his direction is just, like, it's just totally genius. And him acting in his movies just makes it that much better. Then you had Madeline Kahn. Madeline Kahn could really do no wrong. She's wonderful. I absolutely adored her as Victoria Brisbane. She was just like the perfect fit. She was the only one I could ever see in that role. Same as Harvey Korman and Cloris Leachman in their like really totally nutso roles. Cloris Leachman started out as a dramatic actress, and when I found that out after watching her in Young Frankenstein, High Anxiety, and the TV show that she was in, Raising Hope, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. She was a dramatic actress? Like, that just completely blew my mind, because she's so funny. Like, she's supposed to be this, like, stiff, like, kind of German woman who, like, loses her accent as the movie goes on. And, you know, like, this person who's into, like, being the dominatrix in the relationship, I just couldn't believe it. And it just makes every movie I see Cloris Leachman in, like, with the Mel Brooks movies or, like, Raising Hope, it just makes her that much more fun to watch, and her roles that much more hysterical. Harvey Korman was a freaking genius. I love everything about Harvey Korman, too. Like, he was genius with his comedy. He was just so perfect. You know, I don't even know how to explain Harvey Korman. Whatever he is in, like, be it Blazing Saddles, High Anxiety, The Carol Burnett Show, there was just something to his comedy. He was just so funny. Him and Cloris Leachman were, like, the perfect, like, villainous pair. Absolutely. Like, they're actually, like, one of the big reasons to go and watch High Anxiety, just for the two of them and the things that they say and do in this movie, because it just makes it that much better, their scenes. So that was my review for High Anxiety, or more of a ramble about High Anxiety and Mel Brooks and the cast. If you like this review/ramble in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. If you have seen High Anxiety, what's your favorite part? What is your favorite parody that Mel Brooks does in this movie? Let me know down there and we'll discuss it. Also in the comments, if you have any suggestions of what I should watch next, be them new movies, old movies, comedies, dramas, whatever you want, leave them down below. And if I pick your movie and I watch it and I review it, I'll give you a shout out. Who doesn't want a shout out in a YouTube video? How freaking cool is that? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future Let's Get Reelz movie reviews. And also don't forget to hit that notification button, the bell that's right near the subscription button, because I can be kind of inconsistent with uploading and doing movie reviews. So if you hit that bell notification, you will know right away when I do upload. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.